Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon from the test server, and I'm trying something a little bit different from my other recent test videos, and dialing it back a couple of years with an old build that I used to use with Sorcery. And I just want to see how well a dual spec works with the stats revamped. So previously, in that period before AMs and before there was like a sorcery revamp before its AM, like even before that. Like you could actually have a pretty strong build if you're looking to like solo raids and stuff. What you would do is basically go in like DPS gear, but you would be in healer stance, and you would basically try to rotate like a heal like the circle and the shield. So you go circle and then boom, just alternating between those two and just kind of out-surviving the enemies. So I'm going to see if that works with the stats revamp. They did give us a couple more skill points for some reason. I didn't redo this character or anything, but when I logged on I found that I had a whole bunch of unspent skill points. And I think that actually makes her more accurate to my live version. Yeah, they gave 193, and I think I'm close to 190 on this character on live. So what I did was, with weapons, I just gave her the 2 weapon masteries for one-handed. For flight, I took the usual, except this time I added swoop attack, because I used to use that as a lunge, and I'm going to put that in, replacing one of the sorcery powers. And stat points, I'm not quite sure how to do this yet, because obviously you can't power up both rolls. There's not enough points for that. So I'm primarily going to use this as a damage roll, just healing back, and it's like a survivability where I'm using the heals of the other roll. So I powered up the crits all the way for damage. I put in critical healing all the way, and then just a little bit into magnitude. And for the non-percentage innates, most of that went into precision because almost all the damage is going to be coming from weapons. And all the powers will be for healing, so as a secondary thing it went into resto. And for general survivability there's just a little bit in defense and health. And power, we're just banking on the passive power back and see if that works.
Julius's appetite knows no bounds. He's currently eating his way from the tunnel's kitchen through the rest of the wastelands. You might want to stop him.
Okay, so again I could skip this, but I'm just going to battle the mobs because that's what we're testing here. Otherwise I would just grab, the glowy thing and then just fly through these halls here. But testing combat. So the idea with a dual spec and mobs is you're just trying to out-survive. So what I'm doing is AoE, and then I'm concentrating on one ad, and either AoE or I could do a heal. This is almost similar to a weapons-only build, except that there's just a lot of defensive items. Seems to work okay so far. There's no power problems or anything. And cooldowns are okay. Like, basically I'm looking at alternating between Circle and Boon. And just like with the Fury, I'm getting used to powering the Watcher a little bit more, because it seems like he's using more power than what he had on live.
Come on, brother. You've got so much sinful energy, you're bursting at the seams. I want what you've got.
And this is still a good instance to test, even though I'm a little bit higher, because the NPCs are still higher than I am.
I'm sure I want it too.
Okay, from that exchange, I would say it worked pretty well, but the only thing I'm noticing is the power cost of Circle might be pretty high. Because I saw it cool down pretty quickly, but I couldn't pop it after it cooled down, because I probably was too low on power. But if it had more power, it looked like I didn't even have to alternate that with Boon of Souls. So that's probably okay.
I'm gonna heat up the tunnel, the midway, and
let me try only the circle on this mob. I was able to use it twice there. Is it healing back enough though? Well, so far I like this build actually better than the builds where I was trying to simulate the AM. So I guess this is just a matter of me remembering how I played before the AMs. And I'll definitely have to try this with the other powers, because I didn't do too much dual specking with either. Well, I actually never had it with Rage, but Ice I definitely had that before AMs. that went pretty smoothly. It's basically weapons only with healing. That's the type of build it is. And it wasn't that slow either. Well, actually, yeah, actually it was pretty slow, 20 minutes. but that's not bad. I think that would probably take longer on live if I attempted the same thing. Because on live, it's definitely more lopsided between the two builds. Like if I went with AMs and compared it to what I just did, it would be a huge difference. Okay, well, I was just kind of fooling around, but I felt like this test was worth doing. And I do like the results. So out of all the sorcery videos, this is probably what I'm going to end up using. For solos and duos at least. Alright, until the next video, thanks for watching.